We need to examine texts of various lengths from a variety of sources. The most simple, we look at first paragraphs. I would love, because you can do these things in college, right? Teach an entire class of just first paragraphs of novels. The amount of information conveyed in the beginning of Huckleberry Finn in that first paragraph is unbelievable. The amount of information in this first paragraph from The Lovely Bones is unbelievable. My name was, all right, she's dead. Salmon, like the fish. How's she talking about herself? I was murdered. There's a piece of information I need. 1973, let's get some cultural context. What's a mission girl? What's mousy brown hair? I never hear that used. There's a vocab bit. This was before all kids of all races and genders started appearing on milk cartons. Is this almond milk? Soy milk? 73 kids. We just, right from the cow, we killed you all, Got the allergies right there. It was back when people believed, wait, there's been a disenchanting of the populace? Since when? We're not negative. We're kids in your class. We're not disenchanted. Wow, that's one paragraph. One paragraph. And then think about it. Somebody's saying we need informational text. We can't read The Lovely Bones. No, we don't have time for that fiction. How about reading informational text and spending 5 minutes on an article that talks about the importance of a name? This Icelandic girl, her name was too masculine. Iceland as a nation took her to the Superior Court saying, you can't have that name. What? I'm down with Iceland. I understand that 75% of their population can trace all the way back to the very first settlers of Iceland. It's that inbred, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just Iceland. It's hard to get to. But poor Blair is like, I just want the name I've been given. You don't think a kid can be lit up by that article? And I am the article evangelist. I think this is the answer to informational text. I have articles about, and you probably saw it go to ESPN after it broke in the Wall Street Journal, which is where I first saw it. You saw the guys who played tag for 17 years. If you didn't see that story, I have it in the live binder for you. It's brilliant. A group of old men who, for 1 month a year, play tag around the country to the point where they bribe wives to get in trunks of each other's cars. This year, the guy who was it, because once you're it at the end of January, you're it for the rest of the year, he showed up at his buddy's dad's funeral, shakes his hand, says you're it, and proceeds down the line. Sorry for your loss. What kid doesn't love that story? And then you start talking about, okay, if you're going to intercept your buddy in Washington, D.C., and you're living in Montana, how long does it take you to fly there? On a connecting flight, how much does it cost? Can you get to Expedia and do it cheaper? Wow, now we start talking about it. Now we start talking about math. We're talking about science. Hey, why does it take me less time to fly east across the country than west against the jet stream? Oh, whoa! Wait, you're telling me that we can't do fiction? Do fiction all you want. Lovely Bones is a fantastic book. But we have guys who are playing tag around the country, and this is important. I have an article in your live binder about a study that suggests that your yearbook picture in college is a determiner of your divorce chances. You better have smiled, that's all I'm saying. You can find the article all you want, but you better have smiled in that picture. It's amazing. I have information about an NYU professor who embedded a camera in the back of his head as an art project. The article is loaded with questions about First Amendment rights. Hey, I'm sitting in the front row of this professor's class, and he's literally got eyes in the back of a head. And not only that, it was loaded with political context because the guy was tied to, I believe, a museum in Yemen. And he had also been part of a video game that was designed to take out President Bush in the video game. So you've got an NYU professor who's stimulating political topics, who's also in the art world, who's also a champion of free speech, and it's right around the corner from us. What can't you connect that to? That's almost everything you teach. We need to think as teachers about the types of things that light us up. Remember, that's what teaching used to be? I mean, really, back in the day, it used to, one-room schoolhouse, we're going to teach this because I like this book. And I think you're going to like it. And generally that worked, right? It worked. Kids are like, yeah, I can tell the teacher really liked this, so I kind of gave it a chance. Right? What's that movie that's out now with everybody cries in the first 10 seconds of it? It's not Up, but what's about the cancer and all that stuff? I mean, yeah, thank you. Yes, right. Who's not making room in their curriculum for that? I sit down with a table of seniors yesterday at lunch and they say, we just need some more books that are high interest. And they all say, we'll read Macbeth, but can you give us a little bit of that to get us to Macbeth? Can you give us just a little bit? And if we're talking about cancer, can we do just a little bit of an article about cancer? Can we do an article about something that's tied to research? Hey, do a local study article about the fact that, for example, my community just raised $82,000 in a Relay for Life. How much of that goes back to the American Cancer Society? I hate to rain on you, but they are among the worst for getting that actually to cancer research. So then you dovetail that with Lance Armstrong and his foundation, the fact that that never went to money. It was about raising cancer awareness. And you've got some good information, and it stimulates discussion. And I would say you could cap that discussion in your class to 3 minutes, done, move on, do it every day. You have hit informational text till you're blue in the face, and you haven't lost a single item. And in fact, your kids might walk out of your class going, wow, I kind of love English. I love reading. Did you love The Lovely Bones? Well, yeah, that was fine too, but that article about the golfing thing, that was cool. You know?